Hello, everybody. This is Drew Thomas here. And, well, before you ask, this is definitely not a why hate video. Quite the contrary. I've seen a lot of videos on Shark Tale. Most of them are negative. However, I'm watching one right now which is actually speaking positive, so I thought I'd do the same. So, I really think that Shark Tale is beyond overhated. Like, they treat this like it's the worst possible animated film of all time. While it does have its problems, I don't see why people hate this movie so much. Let's go over the reasons why people hate them. Now, before I begin, I'd just like to say, um, your opinions are valid. I understand why you don't like this movie. Please don't, please don't think I'm saying you're wrong for hating Shark Tale. Although I don't understand why this movie is hated to begin with. It's not that bad. It's not like the Emoji Movie or whatever. Anyway, so Shark Tale focuses on, well, a fish named Oscar and a shark named Lenny. They pretty much team up in the movie because, well, Oscar accidentally kills Lenny's brother Frankie, and so he's deemed a shark slayer. And Lenny is trying to hide from his father because he's a vegetarian. His father's the mob boss, like Mr. Big, except he's a shark named Don Lino, which sounds like Robert De Niro because he's usually played by Robert De Niro. Unfortunately, this lie that Oscar tells ends up causing a great deal of trouble for him. Pretty much, he thinks that living life at the top of the reef is fun, but well, he soon learns a lesson that well, he has to tell the truth, and that well, being at the top of the reef isn't all that it's cracked up to be, and that there's other ways of well living life. Pretty much, a lot of people don't like how there's like product placement, like it's all a bunch of fish puns. Like some people thought that Fish King, which is like Burger King, was a weird name because well, they thought they thought it was like a cannibalistic restaurant of some sort. I mean, they had a sushi restaurant, but well, Fish King is not a cannibalistic restaurant. It's just a Burger King parody. Like, don't think too hard on it. Coral Cola, Coral Cola, which is a parody of Coca Cola, was one that people thought was a cheap pun. Kelpie creams, I like that pun. That was a pretty good pun. Got me hungry for donuts, that's for sure. Anyway, pretty much a bunch of them hated the product placements, which which I don't see why they hate it so much. It's not. I think it's funny. I think it's great. It reminds you of well, it pretty much reminds you of the real world. Obviously, they were used with permission. They probably had to pay royalties for the companies though, but still, it was pretty cool. Anyway, a lot of people also don't like how the animation looks well out of date. The animation doesn't look that bad. I mean, sure they animated the faces of the characters with the exception of Jack Black as Lenny. Um, they animated the actors' faces in a way onto the characters, but well, at least it's not like JJ, which looks pretty strange and surreal, but not like super terrible. But yeah, a lot of people don't like how Oscar looks because he looks like Will Smith. That's kind of the idea. Ironically, Will Smith goes through some controversy a few years later, which you all know as that Oscar slap, but that's another story. Anyway, I think it's great how they have celebrity voices. But honestly, a lot of my friends really like this movie. My brother liked this movie. A few of my coworkers loved Shark Tale. Heck, even some members of my family loved Shark Tale. Like, some people also don't like how it's basically a rip-off of Finding Nemo. But that was because DreamWorks was ripping off a bunch of Disney movies, so why are they mostly attacking Shark Tale? Like, for goodness sakes. Shark Tale is not that bad. If anything, Shark Tale is a lot more brighter and happier than Finding Nemo. I mean, Finding Nemo is still funny. It's still a great movie, but there are some parts where I just feel depressed. But Shark Tale, there's like rarely any depressing stuff. It's 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 honestly a really fun and um, action-packed movie. Like, I genuinely love Shark Tale. It's a pretty good movie, in my opinion. I just don't understand why people hate it so much. Like, why are they treating this like it's the worst possible movie in the entire world? Or like the worst movie of 2004? Because it's not the worst movie of 2004. I mean, they also said the same thing about The Cat in the Hat, which I kind of see where they're going. In all fairness, Mike Myers didn't really want to do it to begin with, but while he kind of had to. Not to mention that while that I understand why it's hated, it definitely strays far away from the source material. But while Shark Tale, I don't understand why people are so pissed off about it. Like, Nostalgia Critic hates it. Phantom Strider hates it. Mr. Enter hates it. Pretty much anyone who's anyone hates it. Schaefer Illicis, he hates it. But well, I think it's a little overhated. Like, they're treating this like it's the worst possible movie to ever come out. If you hate this movie, I, I, I can agree with your opinion. I mean, I get why people dislike it. It probably looks a little bit uneasy, but it's not that bad, okay? It's not like the Emoji Movie or Freddy Got Fingered, but we don't talk about that. That movie is like beyond ridiculous. Not like Shark Tale though. Shark Tale is a pretty good childhood classic in my opinion. And I suppose now we should talk about the popular songs. I love the pop songs, and it's like they featured "Gotta Be Real" by Cheryl Sherilyn, I believe is her name. They also featured the song "Car Wash." They also have quite a bit of songs in this. It's honestly that's what makes this movie even better. The songs. It's not a musical, but they actually made like a whole CD with songs of like from the bonus feature on the DVD called Club Oscar, which is basically the curtain call where Oscar hosts a dance party at the whale wash and a bunch of characters dance to the Bee Gees, the Hustle, Conga, and NSYNC. And then they all finish off by dancing to Can't Touch This, which is actually a part of the movie that a lot of people dislike, the You Can't Touch This part where Will Smith Oscar starts dancing and singing "You Can't Touch This," which I think it's funny. But honestly, well, I see why people think it's a little cringe, but I think it's funny. It's it's really funny. Like seriously, Shark Tale is one of my favorite movies, and honestly, I'm happy to say that I'm happy I like Shark Tale. Like for goodness sakes, people though, please don't be so harsh on Shark Tale. If you hate it, you hate it. That's okay. But for goodness sakes, man, calm down. It's not the worst possible movie from 2004. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say about Shark Tale. Anyway, this is Drew Thomas signing off. Good night, and pickles suck.